Okay, today we're going to handle something very interesting, which is talking about money. Because if we prepare for 2022 and we don't talk about how you work with your money, it's going to be challenging. And before we talk about that, it is imperative to know, our host emphasized, you cannot do wealth creation by skipping the fundamental stage. You know, we live in a country whereby a lot of people are trying to make money off you by always preaching, you need to invest, you need to invest in this, invest in that, because of the bonuses they're going to get for you to invest. Right? You cannot invest when you are not making money. That's why it has made people to go and borrow to invest. They're skipping the process of wealth creation. You're unemployed, you're basically surviving, you are living on other people's money, like begging from family, this uncle and living, and then you want to go and invest. How do you intend to be successful like that financially? I'm sure you can share with me testimonies of people that you know who are poorer today because they borrowed money to invest in a business that did not last. Or they are still trying to survive in life and they borrowed money to invest. They want to leave and don't know, oh, with the right investment, boom, I'm just going to succeed. But it's rare. It's rare to find that kind of stuff. There are even some of you that maybe you have that personal experience where you just had that investment, you struggled and borrowed money from friends and boom, went to invest. And a few months later, the investment scheme dies, right? And you lose money, you lose your senses, you're not able to, you're struggling now. Instead of trying to make a living and establish yourself, you are busy. It's one money you're working on, you're trying to pay people that are owing you and that you're owing them, and you're instead of growing wealthier every day, you're growing poorer. And that's a very big challenge in the wealth process for many people. And another thing that has made people poorer is not knowing how to say no when it comes to their money, not knowing how to say no to family members, not knowing how to say no to friends when it comes to money they already have. So friends and some family members have instead made some people grow poorer year after year, which is not supposed to be so. You are that kind of person that everybody comes to you for problems and you're always the one solving the problems, but you are not able to build a sustainable life. So that's why I want us to talk about this. So significance key number 15 says, tell people you are broke. In 2022, go and tell people that you are broke when it comes to you. When they come to you for anything. You get that? Say that you are broke. I am broke means my money has already been allocated to a higher priorities than whatever the hell it is you are trying to get me to do. That's the meaning of telling people you are broke. Many people have grown poorer and poorer because they want to sort everybody's problem. They want to do everything. Anything that somebody brings to you that you should buy, you want to buy it. You don't have discipline. You don't have financial discipline for the money you make. And money doesn't grow in that kind of hands. Money like people who are disciplined and respect principles. Money don't like aimless people with no plans, people with no goals, people with no clear intentions. People like that never make money. There's this movie, I like the movie Fast and Furious, I think that's part 6, Fast and Furious 6, where Roman Pierce and Tesh, They were in that building at the beginning of the movie, and Roman Pierce wanted to get a chocolate or a biscuit or whatever, and he was begging for something, for a coin to use in that vending machine to put in and then collect biscuit or chocolate or whatever that he was looking at. And he came to Tesh and was begging for coins. And then Tesh made a sentence and said, you are a millionaire and still begging for money. And Tesh replied, that is how, Roman Pierce replied, that is how to stay a millionaire. I'm not saying that you should be stingy. I am not saying that you should not help. It's very important to help people. It's also part of building wealth. There is a supernatural science about giving, but make sure you give with the right discipline. Make sure you support people with the right discipline. So in 2022, tell people you are broke. Everybody's emergency should not be your emergency. I am fond of saying that in my heart. When someone comes, oh, it's very important. I say that is very important, so it's not mine. Until I know that I'm clear of what I need to do, and if there's that availability, good. I happily give you the money. If it's not there, and like someone will say, they say you don't have money, but you're traveling. But it's the priority that I had before you came with your own emergency. So I should not travel again or do what my stuff because you came with emergency. Right? It's very important to pay attention to that. And also, this also affects the kind of relationship you have. Like people don't just like, for example, people just sit in the blue or on Facebook and you come and say, please, can you give me 5,000, 10,000? So why should I give you money? Who are you? I don't even know you. You said, no, I've been following you on Facebook for so long now, and I think I know you. I think you know me. That's not enough reason. There are friends in my life that I can move heaven and earth and raise the money because of the kind of circle that we keep. But there are some that it's your emergency. You go and come down. We thank God. It is well. I will say, may the God show you the way. But there's no action on my part. You need to be conscious about that. You need to be conscious about that. Same for family. I have this very simple principle. Every month I have a budget allocated for family. Anybody that comes to me for help or whatever, I get money from that. When that budget is finished, it's finished. Wait for next month. Wait for next month. Especially us in Africa, that we have large families. Anybody can call you from anywhere and is looking for help. So you are working your money, you're always sending money to the village, as if you are living in one mansion. Meanwhile, you're struggling in one room or one studio. You want to solve everybody's problem. If you are not there, you think they will not leave? You know, family and some people behave as if you are not there, they are dead. Just die today now. 48 hours, you have forgotten, you're gone. They'll pick the next person and start begging from them. Have a plan on how you can help and maintain that plan. I have this budget for family that is kept every month. If somebody says, no, they come and say, I need this, I need that, okay. If it's important and I think I value the things important I need to support, I get money from that budget and I support. When that budget is finished, except it's a do or die matter. And I know people that I can go an extra mile. There are some things that personally, I can never go to my bank account to withdraw money to do. Never. If I don't have money cash in my wallet, I don't have mobile money, you're going to wait. That's the problem. Wait. If you are not that disciplined when it comes to your money, you will end up 2022 very broke. Very broke. You understand? So you need to be very disciplined, and you don't grow wealth with emotions. Wealthy people don't use emotions to manage and multiply their money. Hear this from today. It's not about being emotional. It's about being very clear. Very, very clear. So you need to have a lot of financial principles that are very important, that you can respect yourself and you can live up to them. Practice it. Practice is very important. Again, at the start, you need to start making money first. How do you make money? Simple, start from there. Is it salary? Do you buy and sell? Do you run a business? How do you make money? Start from there. When you start from there, you need to know how to keep money. If you don't have a system of keeping money, I don't know how you're going to build wealth, how you're going to be successful financially. When you make it, start keeping it. Create a percentage of your monthly income that you save. That's the first thing that you do. For us, for Christians who practice some financial principles, the first things I do every month, when my income comes in every month, the first thing I do is I remove my tithes. Secondly, there are some kingdom commitments I have made in church that I remove and I keep. The third is savings. Is kept there, is removed and kept. Any other thing that can come in any order. Some of you, you save, you only save what is left after spending. That's a very bad financial character. You only say at the end, money see them a hand, I go keep on my bank. That's signs of poverty romancing you just a few meters away from your destiny to make you poor. Save first. Have a bank account where you go and save. If possible, have somebody who can save, who can always hold you accountable to save. Very important. You must not start saving big guys. It could be just 2,500 a month. It could be 5,000. It could be 10,000. Because I know the master, you have to make a living. Making a living means that you have to take care of your expenses. Shelter is part of living life. So you have to pay a landlord. And you already have bad money character if you're paying core expenses in life and you're angry. Imagine you're giving money to pay landlord, you're angry, you're paying landlord. Why should you should be enjoying paying the landlord because it's part of you living life. You want to live on the street? Oh yeah, stop paying and go live on the street. You're paying your child's school fees and you're frowning your face. Some money they only come out. You should smile because that's part of life. There's some expenses that you should smile doing it because they're necessarily part of life. You get the point? So you need to do this with your finances. And that's what's going to help you to build long-term wealth that is going to support you for the rest of your life. Another thing after keeping it is you start looking at how you can multiply it. So you can multiply your money primarily by doing another business. I'm saying primarily because in Cameroon, we don't yet have very strong investment ethical standard institutions that you can say, okay, invest money here and you are sure. There is none yet, as far as I'm concerned. There is none yet. Many are still struggling. There's poor management, poor systems, a lot of things are still not in place. Many people are just excited to do people. So you need to be careful. Not unlike in Europe and in the Middle East or in America, we can see standard institutions that are regulated by the right agencies and government houses, which you can confidently invest your money. Even if it dies, there is a mechanism in place to give back the money invested even without the profit. But mostly in Africa and Cameroon, when it dies, you lose the profit and the capital. Or sometimes they don't consistently pay you dividends on time, and then you don't, there's nothing you can do. You just keep waiting, right? So the first way for you to multiply your money is in you yourself, starting another home business or business somewhere that you can manage, you have experience to manage it, and you can grow it. The second way to do that could be now, okay, you can find in any legit investment platform around you that you think is trustworthy and is growing, and you can put some money inside. But in that case, I always advise people, use money you're willing to lose. Put money that if it dies out, if that investment goes out, you will not lose your sleep. But if you put money that if it goes, you are back to square one, you lost your livelihood, or you're in debt, be careful. Don't do that. There are many people who have warned them. Don't borrow money and put in anything. They did not hear. I remember one woman vividly, she came to one time in the days of this Cyro or China or whatever. And She came to me when she wanted to go and take a loan and all of that. I said, don't take a loan and put in this thing. She went and disrespected, did not listen after paying for coaching, right? Don't usually pay for coaching and say go do what what they came for coaching already have in their mind. It's as if they are paying and go praying that you should tell them what they want to know in their minds, right? I said, don't do it. It's not possible. Exactly 3 weeks after, that thing crumbled. She now, hey, coach, if I had listened, oh, if I had. Now she's struggling to pay credit union loan at the same time and then struggling with her livelihood. So in 2022, tell people you are broke. That's why it's good to have monthly financial priorities. Have yearly, what's your biggest financial decision for next year? Do you know it? What is that biggest financial decision that you have to make next year? If you never enter a new year without that stuff, and it should be related to an asset. It should be related to something that can accelerate your growth. Number one, it could be land. Number two, it could be laying foundation and building a house. That could be your major financial decision for next year. Number three, it could be taking part of your savings and starting that business. Number four, it could be buying a car that accelerates how you do business. Number five, it could be relocating to another country because you're going to need money to do that. But when you have this priority, when anybody comes, whatever they're saying and going up and coming down, you need to first of all consider your higher priorities. You need to also have monthly priorities. Many people, they keep saying, oh, January is the longest month, all of that, because they entered the month with they ate everything in December in the name of celebration. The only reason people say January is long is because they are broke in January. They don't have money in January. They are living hand to mouth. In short, any relationship between hand and mouth is very far from them, actually, because there's nothing to live from hand to the mouth. So they're struggling. But when you have the right priorities and your financial life is well structured, you leave the month as if you're fine. You're not as if you're fine, you're okay, because your financial life is well structured and disciplined. Some of you, if you check your life last year, last few months, you will see that you ended up getting into funny problems because we are trying to, my friends know me. They don't just tell me, oh, there's this thing, can you buy and all of that? Oh, land, can you do that? If it's not in my priority, like I don't care if the land they're dashing it and I just need to pay only for the books. I am not saying you should not take advantage of opportunities. But there is a way you can take advantage of opportunities by looking at your priorities first. People who have made it in life plan their life. And that's why there are people who have excitedly gone and they have bought things that were stolen. You go and buy a car that was stolen, it gets you into problem. Maybe you're locked up at the end. You go and buy a phone that was stolen, because you are just excited, you don't have any structure, no plan, and you're just buying things anyhow. Always have monthly higher priorities and so on. And you need to also learn in the process, if you are still trying to build a life, make sure you practice how to always spend less. One of the best ways to control your money is to spend less of it. Spend money on core things, especially entrepreneurs. There are some things that you cannot just excitedly do and try to live like other people. No, it doesn't work like that. Like somebody asks us, they always say, if I were not hammer, what do I have to do? Right? I would just say jokingly like that and it ends there. I'm still trying to hustle my success salvation and telling me to do something that doesn't make sense. That's the problem, actually. It's just going to chill. I was telling one of my guys, the entrepreneur, if you are dating a girl and you're at this your building stage and she asks for a human hair, dump her. Dumb hands when you're living your life. As simple as must you date before you live a life? If you're not ready for dating, chill. Not ready to spend money, chill. As simple as that. Don't go spend unnecessarily. Okay? So normally I always recommend that every month have a 10, 10, 30, 50 rule. What does that mean? 10, when you receive money, if you have your monthly income, this goes same for entrepreneurs. Always make sure, that's why it's good to keep books. Don't some of you just spend money every day, just spend it as it comes in, you don't even know whether your company, your business is profitable. You're never hear the companies that you're never hear a business that you're just a project. Because any business that you're running, you don't have a structure. A serious entrepreneur has monthly salary. You have even if you not document, you know that okay, you know what, this is the highest I can spend from this business. You know it. Some of you don't even have it. You just there, you're just spending your destiny like that. Some of you, your business should have been better than where it is today, but there's no structure. At the end of the month, you don't know what is total gross income. What is going for expenses? Okay, what is the final profit? Okay, what is my share of the profit of my salary as a founder, as a CEO salary? Okay, this is my monthly income as a business person. When you now get that monthly income, practice 10, 10, 30, 50 rule. What does that mean? The first 10% of your income should go to your tithes. This is like for Christians, right? And the next 10% you should save. I always recommend minimum, always save minimum 10% of your monthly income. Minimum. If possible, upgrade it to 25%. Okay? 30%, 30% is for making a living. That means food, rent, haircut, or do your hair for ladies, whatever, you do that. The remaining 50% should be for you to save again for the purpose of growth. Because the other 10% you can save for rainy days. And then I saw a quote yesterday on somebody said on Facebook that it's as if when you're saving for rainy days, every day is a rainy day. It means something is wrong with your life too. You're not living life right, trust me. You cannot be a human being and every day is a rainy day. There's something wrong somewhere. You should have sunny days, mostly actually. Yes, you should mostly have sunny days. So check your lifestyle. Check it. That's why many people have done the course productive living. I've received a lot of testimonies, a lot is changing in their life. And they say, you know, I think that I feel better. I feel I'm not under stressed or depressed again because I'm able to make some concrete decisions. Okay. So the rest 50% you are saving for the purpose of growth and advancement in the future or tomorrow. Okay, you know what? Let me save this chunk of 50%. Let me save it. Tomorrow I can use it to do this. Tomorrow I can use it for a major financial goal as a person, right? Good. And if you don't have enough money for your bills, you need to eliminate something. There are some things that you can eliminate. I've told you several times. There are many times I moved from a studio to a one-room house to make sure that I have money for things at a particular time, right? Uh, uh, um, there are some times that I think I've done that 2, 3 times. Moved back to a friend's place who is doing better. Hey man, I need you to have a little bit of months where I could get this done. But that's good to have a close circle. Because of course, when there's somebody you have also served them, you have given value to them one way or the other. Because your good friends are people that help you grow wealthier, help you grow richer, say, right? They should contribute that to your life. Okay. So the next is get more money. In 2022, one thing that you can do in terms of living your money life the right way, if you don't wanna, if you can decide and spend less and try to make more money, or you can decide and maintain your living standard and focus on increasing your income. You need to always decide between that. You can decide to spend less, right? And have better income, or you spend less, focus on increasing your income, or you maintain your living standard and focus on increase how money comes into your life. Okay? You have to learn the art of getting more money if you really want to build wealth. So it's good to invest in getting multiple streams of income, right? So you can, for example, you can buy and sell from the comfort of your home. You can run a Facebook page where you post things to sell and partner with a delivery business to deliver for you and so on. If you have experience and you are educated or you command high level of expertise in something, okay, you can start doing part-time consulting services, but just find a way that you can make extra income during the day, in the night, during weekends, or whatever. It's very important, okay? So, but just make sure that you have a plan to intentionally invest or a plan to bring extra income into your life, okay? All right. So, but in all of this, always have priorities. Always have priorities, okay? It's very, very important. And don't make financial decisions next year based on emotions. Always be factual. Use data before you do that. That is the only people who can make financial decisions on emotion are guys who, if they have made money, right? That if they do a transaction on the mobile money, they don't see that I've done something. Like they can just, okay, need 200,000, okay, get it. And they don't see that people like that, right? But it corresponds to how money comes into their life. But you are not, if you are still that kind of person whereby, you know, you still use your hands to count money in your pocket. You still have your wallet and you know how much is inside. You still have your mobile money and you know how much is inside, right? Then something is wrong somewhere. You cannot just use emotions and spend money. You need to be very data driven on how you spend money. So be confident to tell people who come to you, you are broke. And the essence again of you are broke doesn't mean that you should be stingy. It means that you are intentional and you plan and you make financial decisions, especially when it concerns money going out intentionally. Okay? It's very critical for your success journey next year, because next year, all of this we're doing, we're not talking about you making money and managing your money right and growing that money. We have not done the whole cycle. And if you're able to conquer this part well and think straight, and that thing, always keep your money and plan well. That thing people, I always hear people say, oh, I just have some money, I don't know what to do with it. Can you recommend me a business? That's a sign of a future poverty person like that. Don't think of how to use money because you don't have money to use in your hand and you have no plan for it. Go keep it and then think. Think. And I always advise people, if you anything you want to do above 500,000 francs, see, remove even 50K, remove even 10%, 5%, and pay an expert and get advice on how to use it right, than to go lose all the money because you are stingy to pay somebody who can give you advice correctly. Many people have done that. If you want to invest more than 500K, 1 million, 2 million, don't just go and use your sense alone and do it. Consult. Pay a coach, pay somebody who knows better than you. You might not pay, you can just take somebody out for lunch or just give them, if you say, man, please, I just want to send you 15K, 20K to do this. Because I just, in depth to the person, let the person be forced to help you. But I want to do this, and I feel that you have the right knowledge and experience to sincerely advise me. Some of you go to beg for help and advice people don't like to give because they're just begging. Then why should they help you really? Nothing goes for nothing. That's a fact. And especially if you are not really very close friends, then they don't owe you anything. You guys you have never been. There's no significant relationship that they can just help you like that and make you feel advice like that. So you have to indebt them and get what you want. Okay, good. So that is it. Questions?